The iPhone 16e might be the most hated iPhone of all time. I've been using it for about 2 months, and I think everybody's wrong. All right, first off, let's talk about why people hate this iPhone. There's a lot of very legitimate reasons why they hate it. The first and foremost one is the price. It is way too expensive for what it is. $599 for a phone with the issues that it has is quite a bit of money. So what are those issues? Well, there is no ultra wideband chip, which means you can't use it to accurately find stuff with Find My. It doesn't have fast charging, like fast Qi charging, and so if you put it on a Qi charger with a phone case, obviously you have to have a phone case on this because there's no MagSafe. But once you do put it on the charger, it takes literally forever for it to charge all the way up. And lastly, one of the main things people use their iPhones for is as their main camera, and the camera on the 16e just isn't that great. And so those are all very understandable reasons why people don't like the 16e. I just still think they're wrong that this is such a terrible iPhone. I mean, the battery life on the 16e has been really, really solid for me. I can use it all day and have absolutely no problem. I get home and there's still about 20 to 30% left on the battery, which is more than enough for me to kind of go into the nighttime, and then I put it on a charger. After 2 months, there's only been a few times where I've really needed to charge it up fast, in which case I have to plug it in because I can't put it on the Qi charger and it just kind of like fill up super fast like the iPhone 16 Pro Max does. The cameras have also been kind of a deal. There's times where like we go to Disney a lot because we live in Orlando, and there's times where I want to switch my phone number back over to my 16 Pro Max because having those extra cameras and those nicer cameras and the ultra wide camera, that's really important to me. My kids are growing up super fast, and so I really love having that other phone just as a thing that I can use for the day. But the reason why I switched to the 16e is because of the size. I'm not somebody who loves having a bunch of stuff in my pockets, and so when especially in Florida, it's like mega hot, so it gets just sticky and gross all the time. So having something that's small in the pocket is really helpful, and I don't care how much people say like, oh, the 16 Pro Max is not that big compared to the 16e. It actually is. Like when you hold them in your hands or you hold them side by side, it is a massive difference. Now I hear you saying, hey John, why not go down to the 16? It's got all the things that you want without the downsides of it being bigger. The truth of the matter is it is still bigger, and if size is like my #1 metric for what I don't want in a phone, then the 16e is currently the best option. And I get it, it's not big, right? It's not a massive deal, but for me, if I have the option to go with the absolute smallest phone possible, that's what I want to do. If Apple had still, the 13 mini, the mini lineup, man, that was the coolest phone ever in the history of iPhones. And so if size is kind of your main thing that you're looking at in a phone and you don't want a massive screen, the 16e is great because the screen still works awesome. Like anytime I'm watching a YouTube video or I go on Instagram or I'm checking my notes and all that kind of stuff, it works just fine. I read a ton of books on my iPhone, and I've never once been like, man, I just really wish I had the nicer screen of the 16 Pro Max. Don't get me wrong, 16 Pro Max is an incredible phone. Like, there's just no way around it. It is the flagship for a reason. It's just like, how do you beat it? Like, the 17 Pro is about to come out. What is it gonna do that's all that better than the 16 Pro Max? Really, the kind of future of Apple needs to be in better battery life. But the display on the 16e is fantastic. I don't even notice not having the dynamic island. I mean, it's a cool feature to have, but when you don't have it, it's not that big of a deal. And so I think for most people, 2 months after this phone has come out and it works fantastic, if you're not a tech head and you don't need the latest and the greatest, it's a fantastic option for the person who's like, literally, I do not care about tech specs, I do not care about technology. All I want is a phone that's gonna last me a certain number of years, and I just want it to work right out of the box. And if that's you, the 16e is a fantastic device. There are better devices out there. There's just better phones out there. There's no way around it. But if you buy the 16e for the $600, it's gonna be a fantastic experience. Now, do I think the price needs to come down? Like, this thing absolutely does need to come down. That's why I would not buy it through Apple. I would buy it through the carriers like Verizon, and is Sprint still a carrier? Sprint, that kind of stuff. They're gonna give you better deals because this is kind of like the lowest rung phone that they could sell you while bringing you up to the new 16 line and holding on to you with a contract for a few years. So I still think the 16e is a great value, and I totally understand the people who think I'm ridiculous. I get it, but you can't say it's a bad product because it really just isn't. It works the way it's intended to work. Like this video if you found it helpful, subscribe to the channel, and if you want to check out another video about the 16e, go ahead and check this one out comparing the 16e and the 15 Pro.